Amber to me is the definition of life being unfair. Sup everyone, BB here. So today I'm reviewing Love is Blind After the Altar. Actually, I thought it was much better than the actual episodes because the After Altar had a lot of drama. This whole reunion was basically Jessica taking L's. This segment was Jessica taking L's. Her offering a gift to Barnett, Matt Barnett, whatever his name is, and him be like, oh, can't talk to you, gotta go. Her talking about Mark cheating on her multiple times. Elsie telling Jessica that she had a thing with Mark. It was literally L after L after L for Jessica. And I also feel like Jessica has that desperate energy. The first time I watched Love is Blind, I really did not like Jessica. But now I feel bad for her. When the show originally aired, she was 34. So I'm guessing 2 years later, she would be 36. So much closer to 40. And as someone who is 29 years old and gets a lot of pressure from my entourage to find someone, I do understand where the desperation comes from, but I'm not desperate, but I do understand where it comes from. If I speak of my personal situation, I have reached, let's say, a milestone at work, and I told people in my circle, and the question was, okay, so where's your man? I was so embarrassed for Jessica when the picture of Barnett and Amber kissing every morning, oh my God, the cringe. She had to stand there and just take it. It was so painful. This was L's through and through for Jessica. People do not care about other aspects of your life. They want you to not be single. I understand that being single at 36 years old could put a lot of pressure on you to the point of being desperate. Because she's giving me desperation, right? She's trying so bad to get in the good graces of Matt Barnett and Amber. She's really, portraying herself as being the victim with Mark. She was a victim in the sense that he cheated on her and all of that, and that was bad. But at the same time, she was so desperate to be with someone that when she realized that she didn't like Mark, she still stayed with him and tried to make this thing work. Yes, she said no at the altar, but realistically, there was 4 weeks between the resort and going to the altar, and she said no at the altar. She waited all the way at the altar to say no to that guy. She even tried hitting on another guy. So that tells me that, that reeks a lot of desperation in my eyes, So speaking of Matt Barnett, Amber, and everything, when I first saw the 3-series episode, I was thinking, oh, you know what? I really didn't like Amber the first time around during the show, but now I kind of like her more than before, right? Because she was smiling and giggly, and then she proved me wrong. She proved me wrong again when we saw that segment with Elsie and Damien talking about Mark. Basically, Elsie was complaining to Amber and Damien that Mark was seeing other girls while she thought they were being exclusive. And then Amber is like, well, that's on you. That's your fault. Like, you're a grown woman. You should have known. And Elsie's like, well, no, I told him that we were exclusive. And then Amber's like, well, no, that's still your problem. And Elsie said, well, during a pandemic, I don't want you dating around because I don't want to get sick because of you. And then Amber says, well, that's irrelevant. And I was like, that's really selfish. You sound like a conspiracy theorist. You sound like an Orange Man supporter. Like, I don't want to accuse you of anything, right? But that's what it sounds to me, that you're that selfish that during a pandemic, all you're thinking is, well, that's your problem if you get sick. I mean, people have needs. You have a husband. You're lucky enough to live with him, but other people are single, and they're really relying on that trust to be with someone not to get them sick. And then Elsie says, well, I got sick. Elsie says that she got sick, implying that Mark got her sick. But the way she says it is not direct, and I don't know, part of me feels like maybe it's not Mark who infected her, but she is implying that, and that's exactly the point. And Amber has literally no empathy for that. No empathy at all for that. So I went back to not liking Amber and to her proving me that I was right about what I thought about her initially, if that makes any sense, So yeah, And also, I always say people who smile too much for no reason, people who laugh too much when nothing is funny, I don't trust these people like that. you know, and that's exactly what Amber is giving me. You know how she's always laughing with Matt and it makes no sense? So now talking about Lauren and Cameron, they are so cute. I feel like Cam is much more hot than what he was when he was on the show. And you know, there's this meme going around on TikTok where a white man dates a black girl and afterwards you see a transformation. This is what Cam is giving me, but I love them together. They're so cute. He's so sensitive. Now let's talk about Carlton. Carlton is the biggest stuntman. Everything he does is literally just for clout. He's an actor. He's a paid actor. You know, when he was at the restaurant with Lauren, I had to rewind a few times to understand what was happening because he went from 0 to 100 out of nowhere. Lauren was trying to be empathetic to him, trying to be on his side, and out of nowhere, he popped off on her. You guys do remember that Carlton was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, so to me, he's an actor. All of this, he's doing it for show because I did not understand how you could be talking to Lauren for 2 seconds and then it blows up 0 to 100 in 1 second. That made no sense to me. He's literally just here for the cameras. Let's say he's not doing this for the cameras and he's not doing this to be an actor or nothing. Carlton has a very hard time taking accountability for himself. He basically blamed the circle or whatever they call it, the pod squad. Yeah, he blamed the pod squad for not having his back, but back for what? You're the one who popped off on Diamond. During his talk with Lauren, he was like, you know, I feel like I'm on a beach and I'm in the water surrounded by sharks and no one's defending me. Everyone's watching me drown and no one's trying to save me. The world doesn't revolve around you. If you want to reach out to people, reach out to them. You guys just met on the show for a few weeks. They're not your best friends. Why do they have to care for you that much? And also, he was still blaming Diamond for what had happened. I rewatched the segment and Diamond was trying really hard to have a nice conversation with him and be there for him, and he went 0 to 100 when that happened. Yes, I feel like there were some hints of internalized homophobia because as a straight woman, she's probably not used to being with a man who's also interested in men as well. When you think about it, it doesn't really matter if a man likes both men and women. But the thing is, I have to say that because society has a lot of internalized homophobia, it does happen that sometimes a man who is not ready to go out of the closet will say that he is bi just so he can ease the process for himself. The onus is not on him. The onus is really on society to be less homophobic. But I do understand that it does happen that some males are not interested in women, but they do date women just because of the societal pressure. So I could see both sides where Diamond asks herself, well, do you really want women or are you just gay or are you bi? But then again, is that a projection of our internalized homophobia asking someone that question? Because in theory, if a person is, you know, bi, it shouldn't really matter. And also, another thing I forgot to talk about that I really wanted to talk about, Amber to me is the definition of life being unfair. Amber to me is the definition of life being unfair. Let me explain it to you. This girl has a bunch of student debt because she decided, I think she never finished college or something like that. She never decided to finish her school and whatnot. Barnett, accomplished engineer, bought his home, has his things together. Barnett decided to sell his house and pay her student loans. We learned during the episode that Amber actually has epilepsy, but I think before that she did not know that she had epilepsy. So Amber is able-bodied. She could get a job to pay her loans. She does not need another person to do all of that for her. And the fact that to me, I'm sorry I have to say it, but I perceive Amber as being a mediocre person. Just her opinion on the whole Elsie situation is a testament to her character for me. And the fact that she was never able to keep a steady job, she never finished college, to me, those are not the standards that I want for my life. And I find it crazy that she was still able to find someone to cater to her despite being what I perceive as being mediocre. So I really have no hope anymore because it's literally the luck of the draw. Oh, and one thing I forgot to say about the whole Elsie Amber beef. At some point, Amber says, I'm married. Okay, what's your point? You found your guy on a TV show. Without the TV show, I'm not sure in the real world, people knowing your baggage would have wanted to get married to you. literally you just got lucky because the guy couldn't see you, he didn't know you that much, and he was already in the process of having to get married. That's why you have a husband. So that was very dismissive to me when she said, oh, well, I have a husband. So when you were dating before, people can't cheat when they're dating? Is that what you're saying? People can't cheat when they're dating? Yes. To me, cheating is being dishonest. So as soon as you're cheating, no matter which kind of relationship, it counts as cheating to me. I'm so confused about that whole Damien and Francesca thing. I think this whole segment is staged. I think this whole segment is staged because there is no way those beautiful women are going after Damien. I don't care. There is no freaking way. It's not that like when you're attractive, you can't be with someone that's less attractive than you. It's basically that Damien is giving me nothing. This guy looks like he has no personality. This guy has no energy, always stoic when he's talking. Like, I don't understand. Damien is boring to me. It's not even me saying that. It's literally, you know, Gigi who said that during an episode. She was like, you know how you always say that you have a good time with me and I never reciprocate the compliment? When I was watching the episodes, I was so confused. I was wondering, are Francesca and Damien dating or not? Are Damien and Gigi dating or not? Their situation is so confusing. And even at some point, I remember Gigi saying, that part was so funny. Okay, so Gigi is asking them like, okay, has there been anything between you guys? And what are you guys talking about? Why are you guys friends? And then Damien says, well, you have friends and you confide to them. And then Gigi says, well, my friends are not like that kind of friends, you know, and not that situation. And then Francesca tries to defend Damien, but she says something to the effect, well, if you and Damien break up one day, aren't you guys still gonna stay friends? And then Gigi goes, I thought you guys weren't dating. I thought there was never anything between you guys. So what are you talking about? And I was like, you got caught, girl. You got caught in your lies. I feel like it's staged anyways. It's like, okay, if it's not staged, girl, you got caught, but it's 1,000% staged, like 1,000%. And who holds their friends' hands? Like, who does that? And because there was a picture of Damien and Francesca appearing holding hands. I don't know for you, but I don't hold my friends' hands. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on the whole Damien, Gigi, Francesca. I don't know what is going on. Gigi needs to find another guy because, yeah, Damien is not giving what he was supposed to give. Anyways, so that's it for Love is Blind. Comment, like, and subscribe. What did you think about the reunion? I actually thought that it was much better than the actual show. We got more entertainment, more drama. So yeah, so that's that. Bye, guys.